Hey yo, my lifestyle is retro. Tell the Phoenix Metro. Megas in control and he ain't never gonna let go. PHNX
Welcome in to the
Lindsey, Gerald,
PHNX
Espo.
Suns
Saul and
podcast
Gerald,
brought
we
to you
here
by the
to turn up
DraftKings
the tempo.
Sportsbook app,
Got the way to
America's
stand,
top
we
rated
always with the
sportsbook
fam.
app. Don't forget to hit that like button,
Dan
subscribe
G,
wherever
no
you
plan
get
B.
your
Always on
podcast,
the job.
and leave
My
us a
team got the
5-star
vibe,
review.
turn the beat
I'm
on.
Lindsey
Throw it
Smith
down
here
like
with
the
Saul
on the
Bookman,
line.
Espo, and Gerald
Combo
Bourget.
since KJ Martin,
Gentlemen,
Charles,
I don't know about you guys. I don't drink, but I feel hungover from last night's watch party. How are you guys feeling?
That is the most Lindsey Smith thing we've started a show off with. I want to know, am I cool by association now that I've been name dropped in a Mega Ran song?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes?
I don't
You're
know.
getting there at least.
You're getting closer. Certainly getting closer.
Yeah.
That has everything to do with me and not Mega Ran.
Yeah.
Let's make that clear.
For sure. I mean, it's basically akin to Drake dropping book. So, yeah. Congratulations.
Hey,
There you go.
look at that. Well,
Look at you. Look at the glow up.
I've lived my best life. I can go now. Right?
That's amazing.
I meant from the show, not die.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm like,
that was drastic.
so
we would
that's a
prefer
dark
that
turn.
not to happen. That's for sure.
No, it was fun last night. It was a really
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
time, and
Yeah.
everybody, the vibes, as they say, were really, really good, and we raised some decent money for charity. It was a win-win all the way around.
We found a happy home for Lindsey's book. I'm
We
glad.
did.
Oh my god, that was so epic,
Yeah.
so epic.
It's on the
That was
mantle,
so
I
precious.
think, now. I
It
believe.
is. We need an update on if it's on the mantle or not.
Oh my gosh, that was adorable. But yeah, we raised a lot of money for Ryan House. $1,834. Like,
Yes.
I am blown away. That was really cool. And once we calculated it all up, I was like, dang, I didn't know what, like, I had zero expectations kind of going into it because I had nothing to like base it on.
Mhm.
But I'm just pleasantly surprised. Like, I'm so thankful for all of you guys for helping us raise that much money for Ryan House. Like, that's super cool.
Yeah, that was an important charity to you, so I'm glad we could make that happen.
Yeah, and more importantly, like I appreciate the fact that you brought it up and kind of brought light to what they do, because I'd never heard of them until you brought it up, and to find out what they do with hospice care and stuff like that, especially for kids, man, that's such a tough thing to have to go through in the first
Mhm.
place. So the fact that we could help out and help anybody out there. As a matter of fact, we actually had one of our Cove Crazies, or I don't even know what we're calling us now, or Flat Girthers, whatever.
listeners, chat
Seth,
members.
he said that he had experience with the Ryan House, and it
Mhm.
meant a lot to him. And so for that to hit home, that was pretty dope.
Yeah. I mean, I just feel like there are so many amazing charities here locally and just all around. It's just sometimes really hard to figure out, like, what do they all do and how are they run and all of these things. And I've been lucky enough to have quite a few positive experiences with Ryan House and get to know the people over there who are running the ship and making everything happen. And I have nothing but amazing things to say about them.
Yeah, I mean that was an awesome experience because I had missed the first get together that we had, and we talk about wanting to build a community here with PHNX and with the Suns fan base, but to be able to meet some of the people that have been in our chats for so long and come together, and they were just so generous. Like, that was really cool to see.
Yeah, because they are, just a quick recap on it, I guess, they are 100% donation based. So any family that utilizes their services in any capacity, nobody gets a bill.
Mhm.
And I believe they are one of 2 organizations in the entire country who provide care like this. So it's not something that is easily accessible necessarily, depending on where you are. So it's just really cool. If you guys want to know more about them, check out their website, because it's a really neat place. And, year after year, you can donate. There's tax credits involved, all that kind of good stuff. So once again, we thank you guys for supporting that effort that we had last night for Ryan House. It was really cool. And also just for coming to hang out with us, because that was a blast as well.
It was very much
All right. So we got word that the Dan Marley Hustle Award voting is now open for the Phoenix Suns. So this is kind of a combination of fan votes, player votes, coaches votes, employees, and then, of course, Dan Marley himself. And the award is presented at the end of each season to the Suns player who most personified the same hustle, grit, and determination that Suns Ring of Honor member Dan Marley displayed as a player. So I want you guys to tell us who you're voting for this year for the Marley Hustle Award.
Well, Mikal is the easy name to gravitate towards, and but I'm not gonna go there. I'm gonna go JaVale McGee. I've loved JaVale's hustle, his effort, his energy on that second unit, what he's meant to this team. He was brought in to be that depth and help out as a big man. He's done that. He's exceeded that, and he's brought some additional fun to the locker room. But he's a dog on the court, and that's what the award's about. You know, the PJ Tuckers of the world won it in the past. You know, Alan Williams, I believe, won it once.
I can tell you.
Yeah, why don't we go through the previous
we've got
ones?
So
got the
Mikal
list.
Bridges last year, Javon Carter 2020, Mikal Bridges 2019, Josh Jackson 2018, Alan Williams 2017, PJ Tucker
Hold on.
2016,
Did you read that
15,
right?
14, and 13.
Did you read that right?
Oh my God.
2018 was rough times, fam.
Oh man, 2018 was not a good year for Josh Jackson at all.
But yeah,
What he hustled was James Jones out of his beer money.
Oh.
All right.
Oh.
PJ Tucker's
Shout
won
out
it
to
4
Fries.
times. PJ Tucker's won it 4 times. Mikal Bridges has won it twice so far.
Yeah,
So
PJ
those two
Tucker
hold
just
it.
had a reign of terror from 2013 through 16.
I mean, PJ Tucker, his whole career has hustled his ass off.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's
he
be
has.
real.
Yeah, he personified it.
Yeah.
You know, for me, I would say Jay Crowder.
Okay.
I like Jay Crowder. You know, you forget what Jay does for this team because he does so many small things to help you win. And it kind of, you know, sometimes it takes a situation last night where you have Draymond Green, who's the loudest freaking talker in the league. Like, he's just the biggest barker in the league. He is.
Mhm.
And Jay Crowder is probably one of the few guys in the league that will look Draymond Green straight in his face and laugh at him and make Draymond and get inside Draymond Green's head. And I felt like that happened last night. And that's a small little nuance to playing this game at such a high level. And some of the things that you're going to have to deal with as a veteran to help your team overcome basically assholes like Draymond Green, right? Because Draymond Green can get in a lot of guys' heads and rattle them, especially young guys. And Jay Crowder just has that ability to kind of twist it back on you and be that nuisance right back to you. And I kind of like that. So
I
that's
mean,
what.
we've seen that with multiple players. It's not even just Draymond, right? Like we saw with, who was it, Joel Embiid the other day?
Yep.
And then LeBron
Mhm.
at points in time. Like, he can get in anybody's head, and it's usually one of those guys at the top.
I'm going to go in a controversial direction.
Oh, boy.
Controversial.
Aaron
if you
Holiday.
will. No, actually.
Oh, you
my
missed that the
God.
other day.
Oh
Oh,
my
my God. When he
God.
first said it, I lost it.
He's gonna give it to Jalen Smith.
I'm, no, let's calm down. I'm not that shit. But for the sake of variety, because I think we can all agree that Mikal Bridges would, you know, if he won it, he'd be a deserving selection. He's leading the league in total minutes. He's the lockdown defender. He chases guys all over the court and still has energy to run in transition and do all the crazy things he does. So he'll probably win it. That would be my guess. But I'm going to throw Devin Booker's name into the equation. And I know this is not an award for like star players. It's usually for like the glue guys, the role players, or whatever you want to call them. But to have the energy to do what he does offensively, and then you watch him on defense, and he's still not like a lockdown defender, but he works his ass off. And that's something that we've seen evolve in his game over the last few years. And I feel like just the physical toll that he exerts, plays like that one in Denver where he just ripped the ball from Jermichael Green and got the and one, like that dude just works his ass off on both ends. So I feel like it'd be kind of cool if he won it just because of how important he is, not just offensively, but on both ends of the floor for this team now.
I'm not mad at that.
It's a hot take.
I don't know.
I'll admit that.
Is it though?
I think
like
it
for
can-
this year specifically, maybe if we're looking at the totality of his career, maybe it's a hot take. But for this year specifically, I feel like Devin has really stepped up just all the different types of efforts and energies into his game.
And to be fair, Marley was an all-star, the guy that it's named after. It's not, I mean, I get the spirit of it was supposed to be, you know, kind of the grit and grind guy to steal a Memphis term, but
it's kind of the guy that's never going to be the MVP guy.
And that's why Booker probably won't
Booker
win.
is a potential MVP, so
Probably
no.
shouldn't go to him
Shouldn't
or
go to
Chris
him.
Paul.
Or Chris Paul. So.
Well, should it then go to Mikal Bridges if he's a potential Defensive Player of the Year guy
probably
this year?
not.
I mean, I feel like when you talk about hustle, you tend to think of defense more than offense first, because offense is the more glamorous side of the ball. You can do that without exerting as much energy. Defense requires that kind of hustle, that grit, that grind that we're talking about. So when you look at the defensive side of the floor, you're probably going to think Mikal Bridges first and foremost.
I don't know. I'm kind of torn on this one because initially Mikal is obviously like the first player that pops into my head. Like, of course. He's won it twice for a reason. He's been doing this his whole entire NBA career and beyond.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that he would be the top choice. But since he's won it twice and now he's getting national recognition, do we give this award to somebody else?
Well, Dan Marley was kind of the definition of not only hustle, but a 3-and-D guy.
Mm-hmm.
And Mikal Bridges is so much more than that, in my estimation. So that's why I feel like he doesn't really fit that criteria anymore. He's grown so much that I feel like he's surpassed that. Mm-hmm. That's why I would probably wager to say Jay Crowder or we can go completely off the grid and say Bismack Biyombo, because every time he comes into the game, he hustles his ass off. And if this is the hustle award, I don't know if there's anybody on the team that hustles more than he does in the few minutes that he gets.
Yeah, if not being here the full season isn't part of the criteria, Torrey Craig is definitely a guy that goes out there and hustles very much in the mold of other guys who have won the award. But I still think it's probably going to be Mikal. Nobody mentioned Sweet Baby Angel Cam Johnson though. Does he not hustle hard enough to be considered?
He's too pretty.
He's not a hustler.
He's too pretty. Dan Marley's not a pretty guy, so.
Yet he was in the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition.
It's just because of his body. It's not because of his face.
I think
I only read it for the article. So.
Oh no.
I think the reason why maybe Cam's name hasn't been tossed out there yet is because this team is full of players who hustle. Like, there's not a lot of people that you would point to and be like, man, that guy just doesn't even try when he's out there. There's nobody you would say that towards on this team. So I think it's like who has the extra. And I think because maybe Cam is coming off the bench, it feels like maybe we just don't get to see as much of what he could do if he was a starter.
The most,
I don't know.
No, I think he plays enough minutes to see exactly what he would do out there, and he plays with the starters.
And when he does play with the starters, though, I feel like he typically has more shine.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things where, like, normally when you think about this award, you think of like the lowest end of the starting five, or like that bench guy that comes in and just junks up the game with their defense, with, deflections, steals, all kinds of stuff like that. I think Torrey Craig would be a good candidate if he had been here like the whole season, maybe. But yeah, it's a tough one this year because this entire team, like you said, Linz, they all hustle. They're all on that same page. They want to outwork their opponents. So it's hard to find like one specific guy that kind of stands out.
Well, Liz in the chat brought up Campaign, and none of us have talked about Campaign yet.
I feel like injuries, he's been out too much. And yeah, I love Campaign. I love his hustle. I love the fact that he is a dog like that. I just don't feel like he's played enough to wind up getting that this year. So, what would be the most, 2021, 22 Suns with this award if they awarded it to the entire team? I feel like that's this year's team. We're all dogs. We're all hustlers. So everybody gets a piece of it, kind of thing.
Fair. I don't know.
That'd be a major cop-out. But
yeah, I'd hate
shock
that.
me.
Absolutely.
It wouldn't shock me.
That would be my kind of award. To give out.
That would definitely be Lindsey's award.
For sure.
The Straddle Defense Award.
Here's your flowers, everybody.
You always.
You know who should win it? It's a guy who's appeared on our post-game shows. Post-game shows.
I almost said
I auto-tuned myself. I auto-tuned myself in real time, apparently. Has appeared on our post-game shows more than a few times. The dude that climbs that 14-foot ladder after that's behind Gerald, when we see that video. That dude hustles to get up there and either, I don't know if he's cleaning the backboard or taking down the shot clock or whatever he's doing. That dude hustles every game.
Those dudes are trying to get home after the game.
That's fine.
They're taking the floor apart by the time I get out there most nights.
Okay, so we've talked about a lot of players. Now
Mhm.
you have to pick one.
Mhm.
Who's your vote?
Crowder.
Jay Crowder? I'm Mikal Bridges still.
I'm gonna go Mikal. Mikal's gonna win it.
Mikal's going to win. I'm going to still stick with Devin Booker.
Still stick with Devin. Okay. All right. Well, if you guys want to vote at home, your vote is a part of this. So suns.com/hustle is where you guys can place your votes now between now and April 5th at 10 p.m. So get those in if you've got a particular player who you want to win the Hustle Award. All right, we are going to take a quick break because I want to tell you guys about the latest offer from the DraftKings Sportsbook app. The biggest tournament of college hoops is underway, and at the DraftKings Sportsbook app, you can turn your team's victory into your own big win. New customers can bet just $5 on any team to win.
$5?
And get $200 in free bets.
$200?
It is
Sweet
that
cash.
simple. If they win, you win all that sweet cash. If you're already a current user of DraftKings Sportsbook, you can bet on college hoops with same-game parlays. What are those, Espo?
Where you take multiple bets from one game and make lots of money.
That's right. So down.
Did you just rehearse this?
No.
What the fuck am I
Has this
listening
ever
to?
happened to you?
Jesus.
So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use promo code PHNX.
What was that?
PHNX.
What was it?
Bet $5 on any college hoops team to win and get $200 in free bets if they do.
You ever
If
watch
they
something you're
win,
just
you
embarrassed
win.
about it?
Yes,
Oh my God.
every day.
With the promo code PHNX this week at DraftKings Sportsbook. That's 21 and older only, Arizona only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. Minimum $5 minimum deposit. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details.
Do we really need to say minimum $5 minimum deposit?
I don't
it seems
know.
redundant. I don't know.
I agree, but it's
in the script.
It's written right
It's in the
here.
legal copy. We
It's
have to
legal
do.
copy,
The lawyers have told
so-
us we will get sued if we don't.
I'm telling
read it
you,
that
I'm
way.
going to tell Max to start typing some random ass shit in these ad
see if I
reads
read
and
it.
see if you guys read it.
like
Yeah.
I
you
think
used
you're
to do to
underestimating
teachers.
my
What do
ability
you
to
think they
read.
were
Yes.
paying attention?
Absolutely, I will laugh my ass off.
Gerald, I need to know before we
I
get
might
into
type in the F word one of these days, and Lindsay might drop it on this show.
That
and
won't
it will
happen.
be
She
awesome.
has an internal censor.
I'm
right?
not Ron Burgundy.
You got a draft problem? Fuck. What? Wait.
What?
Can I go a little off the board? I gotta
sure.
since we're gonna do a bracket,
have
and
to
I know
ask Lindsay
I want to make sure. I'm not the point guard here. I'm just the guy stealing the ball and running obnoxiously all around the court right now. We're gonna do a bracket, and the last time we did a bracket about movies and
Gerald
stuff,
almost had an aneurysm.
Uh-huh.
yeah. So I saw something in the news the other day
Okay.
that both the Game of Thrones and the Lord of the Rings series are coming out like 5 days apart.
Mhm.
How do you prioritize what nerdy show you're going to watch first? How are
Wait.
you going to do it?
I mean, whichever one comes out first.
They're
I'm gonna-
making a series of both of
Oh,
them?
yeah.
so they're doing
Amazon made the Lord of the Rings series. It's the most expensive television series ever made.
Mhm.
They almost spent $1 billion to make this series.
What?
Wasn't it like $750 million
It's
or
a
something
lot.
ridiculous?
It's a lot of
Such
money.
a waste of money
Yeah.
for something I'll never watch.
False. I'll watch every minute of it. I
So you
love
just
it.
watch whichever one
I'll watch
starts
whichever
first?
one
All
starts.
right.
I'm going to watch both. I'm less excited about the Game of Thrones one, honestly, because of the way that it ended. I kind of am a little Game of Thrones out after its horrible last season.
Okay,
but that's
but
neither
Game
here
of
nor there.
Thrones, watching it live with the community online was
Oh,
like
it's
one
cool.
of the most fun things ever.
It was, but we're going to have that with both Lord of the Rings and the prequel Game of Thrones when they come out. So
Are we? Do you think it'll be as big as the OG Game of Thrones?
Lord
I
of the
feel like it
Rings
won't.
was a fucking blockbuster smash. Like it's going to be big when it comes out.
You know how I feel about Lord of the Rings.
I
Gerald.
don't care. I'm just telling you how many people are going to show up.
He said, I don't care because you're wrong.
Look, I just felt like that was the Sophie's choice for Gerald. Like I felt like I know he's super excited, but I was like, how dare they drop these at the same time?
Okay, but are you watching them simultaneously? Like when the
on
second
two
one
different
comes out?
screens, or
Well, no, I mean, like, are you going to finish one before you start the next, or are you just
Oh
going to
no,
watch them both
I
when
have
they come
like
out?
probably 5 to 8 shows in rotation at all times.
What show don't you watch?
No, don't ask.
The View.
What,
that's a
what are
good
the 5
question.
in rotation?
Right now, okay, so Wednesdays is Moon Knight, Thursdays is
That's the fucking day of the week.
let's see, South Park, Snowfall, and The Problem with Jon Stewart. Sundays is Attack on Titan, John Oliver, and Winning Time. That one.
There you
Winning
go.
Time's good.
Winning Time's good.
The Bachelor used to be on Mondays, but that just ended. So I've
Wow.
always got shows. Oh, Friday was Servant, but Servant.
Does
just
she watch
ended.
them with you? Does she?
She watches
Does she like Lord
some
of the
of them.
Rings?
So
This is gonna
yes, she
break
does
them
like
up.
Lord of the Rings.
Oh.
Does she
man.
like it or does
You need
she
to marry her
tolerate
because
it?
She
she's
does.
that one.
Yes.
You
The
do.
one girl in
My
the world
precious.
that likes Lord of the Rings.
Yes, we just finished Harry Potter because she had never watched them and she enjoyed them, and then Star Wars will be.
Did she
next.
enjoy that? Did she really like
did.
them? Okay,
She did.
All right.
I'm gonna make her read the books at some point. But
Oh my gosh,
poor
that's even
girl.
more aggressive.
That would be a red flag for me. The first time somebody said, "Here's your reading assignment before we, if we want to keep this relationship going," I go, "Red flag. I'll see the door. Thank you."
I
Been
promise.
fun.
I promise you. Had I known that Estella was all about Harry Potter, I would have been like, "Oh, here
oh
we
my
go."
god, guys are missing
Oh
out.
man,
Philistines.
she made me watch Face Off.
That's
What is
okay.
wrong
That's
with
I mean,
Like
Nick
8
Cage.
seasons of Face Off.
The
I
makeup.
thought-
The makeup.
okay.
stuff.
I thought you meant the
thought
Nick
so.
Cage
Yeah.
movie. We were about to fight.
Every
I was like-
episode's the same.
Yeah.
It's all the same for 8 seasons. You just
Yeah.
sit in there.
Every
Oh.
episode of every reality type of show is
Yeah.
the same.
No.
Yes.
Every
No.
episode of this show is the same.
Exactly.
By the
We're
way,
trying to sell people on this. What are you doing?
I mean,
Oh my
and it's great.
God.
You want to see the same thing over and over again. I think we found a new bet, though.
What's that?
We won't. I don't have what we'll be betting on,
Okay.
but the punishment, at least on my end, will have to be to watch like Lord of the Rings or
Okay.
Harry Potter.
What's
or
the
something.
bet?
We'll have. We'll
Just
find
in
it eventually. I'm
future.
just saying we've got one in the chamber. If we need my punishment, we'll figure out what Gerald's has to be. You know?
You gotta find
No.
something mind-numbingly stupid.
Oh,
You gotta
yeah.
watch
to watch it.
Jackass.
You guys are
every episode of Jackass.
You guys are gonna make me, instead of fast forwarding through that new Kardashian show to find Devin Booker, make me actually watch every
Yeah.
episode.
And the only thing you can fast forward through is Devin.
You gotta watch like a whole season of Maury Povich or something like
Oh,
that.
man.
Like, oh
Okay,
my God.
but
me.
let me just
That'd kill me.
Oh,
when you
don't
were
tell me you're a
listen
Maury girl.
when I was a kid, no, I would never, like, not now, but when I was a kid, when you finally got to skip school
and you
Yeah.
came
and
home
it was
you watched-
only cable and it was Price is Right, then it was Maury, whatever I called it,
Oh,
Maury,
and then it
when I was a
was
kid. I don't remember what
Springer.
that. See, I didn't watch
Springer.
that.
Springer's always
always.
that was
one
the
I
one
never
you were
watched.
like, is anybody home?
Well,
But
Can I put
Price
on
is
Jared?
Right, and Maury was like, "Oh, you got to skip school today. You're living
well,
life."
you know
asked
what
your
you could have
girlfriend,
done?
and She's actually in the back. Let's bring her out right now.
Wow!
You know what you could have
Staged
done
fight.
is read a book like Harry Potter or
books?
Lord of the Rings.
Gerald's
Gosh.
judging
Open
us
your
so
imagination.
hard
So judgy.
today.
Judgy Judgerson over here.
If I'm sick staying home from school, I'm not reading a dang book, Gerald. I'm watching trash
Liz
television.
is your soulmate over here apparently because she says I've read the Lord of the Rings
Ah.
17 times.
Holy shit, that's amazing.
Oh my
I've
God.
skipped
for you, Liz.
school pretending I'm sick so I don't have to read books. That's
Oh,
not
man.
why I'm home at that point.
Goodness gracious.
I hate to admit it, but reading has never been something I've really enjoyed. Audiobooks, though, once those became a thing, I
Look at
can
this nerd in the
listen to
back with
books
his big
all
ass
the
book.
time.
Okay.
You know, if you had
Well, that'll
read out
be-
loud, it would have been an audio.
That'll be your punishment as a Harry Potter audiobook.
I like Harry Potter. I'm
Oh,
not
you
in
do?
the same camp. No,
But she's Lord of the Rings.
Why am I the only
anti-Lord
person
of
that's
the Rings.
defending Harry Potter then?
She's anti-Lord
I
of the
feel like
Rings.
Lindsay's just sitting there
Harry
watching me
Potter's
take
awesome
a beating
if
on
you're
Harry
at
Potter.
Universal and you ride the rides. That's
Harry
it.
Potter is great. I can rewatch Harry Potter
How
all
many-
the time.
I need like 1,400 butter beers to make that worthwhile. All right.
So anyway,
God bless.
Let's fight about something else, like your
Yes.
bracket.
yes, but before we do that, I do want to plug Gerald's article that he wrote on gophnx.com last night about Chris Paul. Gerald, give us kind of like the overview.
Yeah, so I just kind of sitting there watching this team tie the franchise record for 62 wins with 5 games still to go. It kind of struck me that we've kind of overlooked, like, Chris Paul's been back for 3 games, and that's a small sample size, but he was out for 5 weeks, and he's 36 years old, misses 5 weeks with a fracture in his thumb, comes back like nothing's happened, and just in general, the elite level that he's playing at in his 17th year in the NBA. You know, we talk about how great LeBron is this late in his career, And I think it's not just because of his athleticism, but that's a much bigger advantage that he has compared to a guy like Chris Paul, who's much smaller, who isn't this explosive athlete still. He just has this basketball mind and this skill set that allows him to thrive even at this point in his career. And I feel like we maybe don't give that as much appreciation as we should, because, you know, we talk a lot about the leadership stuff and the cultural impact and, you know, how much of a locker room leader he is. But we kind of touched on this last night, how much he's changed his approach as far as being a leader, because it used to be kind of abrasive to some of his teammates, and just the way that he's changed, the way that he's bonded with this group of young guys, and the way that he still is capable of taking over in the clutch. Like, the Suns don't win that game last night without him. He scored 8 points in the fourth quarter, 8 of his 15, and 6 came in the final 2 minutes. Like, they're not winning that game without Chris Paul, especially on a night where Book was just not, he was out of it. So
He was bad.
yeah, he was bad. He was bad. So, like, I just feel like it was a time to do a Chris Paul appreciation post, because obviously when you go from the worst record in the league to best in the span of 3 or 4 seasons, you know, a guy like that's going to be a huge part of it. But just what he's doing at this age, leading the league in assists, you know, he's top 10 in all these advanced metrics for the year, despite missing 15 games. Like, that does deserve some love. And I think, you know, as much as we want to give the young guys credit because of all their growth, we do need to give Chris Paul credit for just the high level that he continues to play at.
That's true. I mean, I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's just because winning is just it's so much more fun that you kind of start to take it for granted a little bit. Like the things, the small things that guys do. Sometimes not the small things, but the big things. As far as like talking about it night in and night out, like we've said on this show so many times before, what else is there to say about Devin Booker? Right?
Yeah.
But we should still repeat it as a reminder to ourselves and everybody else that this is really amazing, like what these guys are doing. And Monty brought it up the other day too, the fact that Chris Paul has changed his diet completely to be able to have this longevity. Like you said, he doesn't have the athleticism like a LeBron James does, but he's been really smart and strategic with the ways that he has given himself longevity in this game. And I agree with you. Like, 3 games back, missed 5 weeks, and there were no speed bumps. There were no.
He's too old to have speed bumps anymore. Like, that's just what it is. Like, he's too well seasoned to not understand what the impact of him coming back is and how to adjust and get his teammates to adjust. That's how damn good he is. Like, he's a brilliant player. And also, I'm going to say that this is true. We will verify whether or not this is true, but Zenith Phoenix in the chat just said Phoenix Suns star Chris Paul has been appointed to President Joe Biden's advisory board for historically black colleges and universities. And I want to say that's true because Phoenix Suns just dropped a bobblehead because Chris Paul is actually at Winston-Salem going to school, and that's a historically black college. And he's always been all about HBCUs and supporting that endeavor. So that's pretty cool.
It's true. I just looked it up. Shams tweeted it out.
That's pretty awesome.
And the White House did as well, I believe.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So that's just another testament to.
No big deal. It's just the White House.
Yeah, it's just the White House.
I mean, would it surprise if anybody on this team ever ran for any sort of in any sort of political space? It would be Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Or Cam Johnson.
Can he run for governor? Or no?
Can we get on that?
I'll leave that alone.
Charles Coulter in the chat, one of our co-crazy, says, is Chris Paul going to be the Suns' all-time best point guard? I don't think he'll have the longevity.
We've had that argument before.
Yeah, like we've talked about. But if he wins a title, he'll always have a highly esteemed spot in all of our hearts.
I will say it right now. I said it back then that I think he already is. I just have always felt that way because with Chris Paul, I legitimately feel like there is nobody in the way but the Suns stopping themselves from winning an NBA championship. With Steve Nash, it was always the Spurs, and there was always something about Steve Nash. There was a liability about Steve Nash that I didn't like on the defensive side of the ball where the Spurs could take advantage of, and you just knew if they couldn't figure that out, they were going to lose that series because the Spurs were just too damn good. With this team and with Chris Paul, I don't feel that way, and so that's what makes him the better, best Suns point guard of all time because he gives us a legit chance to win a championship in the 2 seasons he's been here?
I think it's a tough question, obviously, but I think from my perspective, it's, if you look at just their careers as a whole, I'm taking Chris Paul over Steve Nash, his career. Even though Steve Nash has the 2 MVPs and Chris Paul never won one, Paul is arguably the second greatest point guard of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, only Magic is the one that I would point to and be like, yeah, he's definitively better than Chris Paul. But it's tough because of, how long Steve was here and, just the longevity of his career. Chris Paul's only been here 2 years. But if they win a title, then I think you can make the argument that even just his short time here, the impact that he had, I don't know if it surpasses Steve Nash, but it's at least a conversation.
Even if he gets back to the finals again, that's 2 years that he's gone back to the finals. He's already been further than Steve Nash ever could get. You know what I mean? And I mean, that's significant as well.
Let's put it on Judge Lindsey Smith's docket. We'll do a Purple People's Court in the off season.
Sure.
That'll be fun.
We haven't done one of those in a while.
I think we'll bring it back.
It's a little power trip for me that I kind of enjoy every once in a while.
We actually didn't do it for a while because when Lindsey banged her gavel, it was actually on the wall, and these grumpy old ass men behind us fucking got all upset.
We'll get her a real
feels
gavel
about it. So
I forgot about that.
We'll make her feel real special.
I could just go over them.
They didn't come talk to me,
them
though.
as the judge.
They talk to me.
They didn't come talk to me. They came talk to Espo. Espo was like, I'm sorry. You tell those motherfuckers come see me.
I like Easy as a chat said Jay Crowder for president. I want to see some Boss Man 99 posters, campaign posters. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
All right, so that was kind of the tip of the iceberg as far as what Gerald wrote about over at gophnx.com. You can become a member today if you haven't already. And if you become a member, you can either get your first month for 50 cents or you can get an item of your choice from our locker for free, depending on whichever option you choose. All right, guys, you ready to do this bracket?
Let's do it.
Yes.
Ruin more friendships here?
Fight. I'm ready to fight.
I'm
So
excited.
here's the situation with this one. Because there are 4 of us here, our producer Jacob is going to be the
He's already
tiebreaker.
sweating over there. He's like literally red over here.
The event that we need.
And he's shaking because Lindsey literally tried to intimidate him before the show.
Threatened him.
It's absolute bullshit.
It was
If anything,
No
if
such
anything,
thing.
It was a
Lindsey
veiled
just
threat.
unified.
Such liars.
If anything, Lindsey just unified the 3 males on this show.
I did not. Jacob
You
doesn't
guys are
count.
such liars.
Lindsey just walks in like, wow, Jacob, that's a nice kneecap you got there. It'd be a pity if something happened to
And
it.
she's like just slapping her baton
Yeah.
around there.
I thought the crowbar she brought in was just
Really
highly
excessive.
inappropriate.
Yeah, for sure,
Yes.
for
I
sure.
feel like you guys are so dramatic. I did not say a single thing like that.
It's like, I didn't have to say anything. You guys are so
I
dramatic.
literally was just like, Jacob, you're going to be the tiebreaker today, okay?
I don't
Do a
know
good
if
job,
that.
Jacob. You got this.
Do a good job. Those are not the words that were used. I promise you that.
Well, that definitely wasn't the tone. If
Do a
those were
good
the
job.
words.
I hope you do well today. Like, oh shit. Okay.
That's how I remember it.
Oh,
so
man.
I don't know what you guys were hearing.
What's
Anyway.
our topic, Lindsay?
Oh, best bar foods.
Yes.
Let's go.
Best bar foods. And Espo, but you run this one because you did the ranking.
Yep.
I did it at the
And-
bar
and-
while drinking out of a pineapple last
Hey-o.
night.
Oh, those were
you
so
made one
good.
fatal flaw, and we'll get to that. here.
Oh, okay. Well, fried foods is going to be fried region is the first one.
Okay.
I think all these things in it are fried. I don't know. Again, I was drinking out of a pineapple when I did this last night. So let's look at what our first ones are. The first one is a 1 seed is an onion ring. The onion ring
Just a soul
is
onion
staple.
ring.
Just a soul one. You can only have one.
Only one.
Versus fried pickles
My
as well. And then mozzarella sticks is the 2 seed versus the 3 seed mini corn dogs.
Oh man, and there's the fatal flaw right there. There is no way. Are we talking about this now?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
yeah. Let's
There
do it.
is no way fried pickles is a 4 seed.
That's what I was
What are you
kind of
what are you
Fried
putting it
surprised.
at?
pickles
They're
beats
delicious.
onion rings without
Okay,
a doubt.
I was
I'm
just
kind
going to
of
say
on
we
this.
are about to we're starting this one.
Like, no, there's no way.
You
Like,
guys
when's the
don't
last
move
time
fried
any of
pickles
us have ever
forward.
gone to a bar and said, "Oh, I'll take the onion rings"?
Okay, but onion rings
Over
from
fried pickles.
Sonic are really good, but over fried pickles, never.
Never. Yeah, so fried pickles wins that one.
Onion ring.
Tell them about how you were
rings
drinking
are
out of a
like
pineapple.
A national, like an accepted national thing, right? Fried pickles seems like some really obscure, bizarre, like
What?
They're bomb.
Every bar
They're so
has
good.
onion rings. Not every bar has fried pickles.
Every good bar does.
I'd agree with his thing that onion rings are more universally like
Known.
Yeah, known,
Accepted.
accepted, whatever.
That doesn't make them better.
Yeah.
But I agree with
But
Lindsay.
that-
The fried pickles are.
But sometimes you're
Good.
not better as the 1 seed.
You
You're
lost.
just better recognized.
You lost this.
I actually agree with you that
Okay.
it's fried pickles
Okay.
as a food.
So we got a sweep.
So
I don't really care about
got
the
a-
ranking as much as long as fried pickles.
We
Yeah,
got a
fried
4-0
pickles-
sweep. Onion
fried
rings
pickles
turned
is
into
good.
the Denver
I'm
Nuggets
shocked.
real quick.
We already know. We already know where I was going
fried
to go
in
with this.
4.
You-
Fried. Sorry.
You already know where I was going to go with this next,
next
part of the
one?
bracket. Like, because I hate cheese, so
Oh.
it's mini corn dogs.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
you're wrong on this one.
Okay.
Deep fried mozzarella sticks are heavenly and one of the best foods that I could live off of it if I wouldn't die in 15 minutes. All right, that with a good marinara sauce to dip it in, that's heaven. That was such a treat as a child
That's
to be able
such
to
a
go
wild
order that.
card because I've had some awful ass mozzarella sticks.
We've
in
had some
places.
There's
awful
a
ass
big
corn
gap.
dogs too.
There's a big gap between really good mozzarella sticks and really bad. Like, there's a lot of variance there, but really good mozzarella sticks, I would take over mini corn dogs. So I'm
I
gonna go
agree.
sticks.
I
Mozzarella.
knew I was,
Yes!
I knew I was going to lose that one. I
Victory!
can accept that. I can
All right,
accept
now
Right.
this one's tough.
Yeah.
If it's not fried pickles, I'm
Oh,
throwing over
it's
the
fried
table.
pickles. It's got to be fried pickles. Fried pickles are just so damn
I'm
good.
gonna let Espo speak his piece.
I'm going mozzarella sticks. I
kind of want some
sorry.
chaos after
If
what
it's-
y'all did to me in the movie franchise.
If it's,
Damn, son.
if it's a good mozzarella stick, you're not.
I don't
It
blame
beats
you.
fried pickles any day.
This is
No.
Wait, what'd you
If it's
say?
a good mozzarella stick, if it's done right, it beats fried pickles any
False.
day.
Yeah,
Absolutely
1,000,000%.
not.
Like fried pickles, like there's such
Even
a
just
variance on fried pickles, like the seasoning on fried pickles, and then you add in the different
Ranch
the different
dressing.
yes, or the chipotle ranch or whatever. Like mozzarella sticks is so it's not even versatile at all. It's just let me get this stick of cheese and fry it in some batter,
It's
and
a
then
goddamn pickle,
all I can do is dip it in this stupid ass marinara sauce that I hope is good.
It's a
Oh, it's no,
goddamn.
right,
no
well,
way.
If I'm gonna waste the calories to eat something deep fried, it damn well better be mozzarella because I can enjoy a very similar flavor with a pickle that I can take out of a friggin' jar.
Yeah, you could just take a cheese stick
No,
out of
it's
the
not the
refrigerator
same.
and
You
it's the
just
same
minimized
thing.
it.
It's not the same
No,
thing.
it's not the same thing.
If you're
going
gonna tell me that a pickle out of a jar of a fridge is the
No.
same as a fried pickle, then I'm gonna
Oh,
tell
is that
you
what he
a
said?
cheese
I'm
stick
not-
is the
I
same
didn't
thing
say
as a
that.
Like, not
mozzarella stick.
listening.
no, I kind of zoned
He's
out.
like fighting, but he doesn't know he's
he's
fighting.
re-
I was like
like Star
relishing my
Wars
own
in his
revenge in
head.
my head.
Yeah,
I was like, fucking
Choose
Star
a
Wars.
lot of his revenge.
What's going on?
Yeah, so I would normally say fried pickles, but I'm gonna go mozzarella
This is
sticks, so we have a
bullshit, Gerald.
tiebreaker.
This is bullshit, Gerald.
Welcome
You're
to
gonna
my
turn me-
world,
You're
Saul.
gonna turn me against you.
Welcome to
You're
my
gonna turn me
world,
against
Saul.
you.
Jacob,
Jacob,
Tiebreaker.
Building. Hang on, give me a second.
You-
Keep debating.
you know who treats you the best in the building, right?
Oh, this is
You know,
Okay,
who's
okay.
your partner in crime and content, right?
So I gotta
Jacob.
start this by
Jacob,
saying
do
I
not let us down.
very much dislike pickles.
Oh,
But wait. You underestimate how much I hate mozzarella sticks. Yes! So I will go with fried pickles.
Did we get, hold on. Did we just get two guys to admit they hate cheese on this show? You are both dead.
I don't
to me,
hate
all right?
cheese. I just hate
but
deep fried cheese.
yeah, deep fried.
Oh.
Talk
Oh
about the
my
fucking
God.
grossest,
Fried
fattest
cheese.
thing in the world. Mozzarella sticks.
It's so
Exactly.
greasy and
I'm in a
good.
bar getting drunk. I'm not looking for anything that isn't
he's
like
drinking
deep
out of
fried.
pineapples. Damn it! Let him
Damn
have
straight.
his
Justin
deep
in the
fried
comments
cheese.
said, "What are the rules to this bracket?" There are no rules.
There are no
Justin.
rules.
We just,
Just
kind of make
right.
it up.
Welcome
We've
to
established
Thunderdome,
that.
bitch.
No rules.
As,
Just right.
So says Jay in the comments said, "This is insanity." That's basically what the rules are. Like it's just chaos.
I am glad fried pickles won, though.
Me too.
I just wanted to fuck with y'all a little
You
bit.
just wanted to.
I got
watch
Gerth's
the world
revenge.
burn.
All right.
Don't worry, Girth. It's coming back around now.
All right,
My
fried,
feelings-
fried
My feelings
pickles.
have been hurt.
Espo's mad at me now when I voted with him.
That's
What's
just one
next?
section of the bracket there, Justin Vega.
Oh, yeah, we still have three
We
sections
still got
left.
3
Don't
other
worry.
sections
There
to
will
go.
be-
Don't worry, wings are in here. We
There's
got it.
more murder coming.
There's
Don't
yes.
worry.
anger.
The next is the staples region. These are things that you expect to have at every bar, right?
There's
so
a wing,
wings,
of
a 1
course.
seed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Then you've got chicken strips, a 4 seed. The children in the building demanded it. French fries is the 2 seed.
Mhm.
Burgers the 3 seed.
This
Yo,
is
I
a-
know more adults who eat chicken strips than I do children.
Okay, but this murder is just this
Like,
region
do they
is
have
murder.
teeth?
Like, can we acknowledge that?
Yes, that
This is an impossible region.
This is the region of death, basically.
Like, this could have been the
tough.
final
This is
four.
easy for me. It's not even close.
Oh, this
Okay,
could have
wings
been
or chicken strips?
Wings.
wings.
1,000,000% wings.
I
Wings.
agree. It's
Yeah,
wings.
it's wings.
Wings. Moving
I mean-
on. French fries or burgers, because this is
Man,
hard
that's
for
the
me.
tough one right there.
Because like they usually go together. They're
Yeah,
usually
but-
a team.
But man, sometimes you get a good French fry, you're like, man, this is money.
But at bars,
But if you get
though,
a bad French fry,
Oh yeah.
there's nothing
if they're
worse than a
soggy.
bad. They're soggy. They're too crunchy. They got that little burn flavor. I don't even know how you burn a French fry, but some places figure out how to do that. I feel like it's such a wide swing between a really good French fry and a really bad French fry.
I mean, we're split in the comments too between burgers and fries. So
Mhm.
this is a tough one.
I'm gonna go with French fries just because I think a good French fry beats a good burger.
I'm gonna go burgers just because I feel like it's very rare where I'll just order French fries, but I'll get the French fries that come with the burger. If that makes sense. Like the burger's the main attraction at a bar for me.
Okay.
I think like a good French
Espo
fry.
he's stumped by his own bracket.
A good French fry beats a good burger, right?
Yeah.
But I think even a bad burger, you can eat and go, okay, I was satisfied enough by the bad burger, right? But a bad French fry, there's nothing worse. I'm gonna go burger.
Salty wins.
So we're two burgers and a French fry.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on.
Which now I'm really hungry.
Alan in the chat says y'all take super chat
Yes.
bribes. Hell yes, we take super chat bribes.
Mm-hmm.
Green chili cheeseburgers. There we go. PDog006 knows
But
what's
a
up.
nice girthy burger is hard
This
to beat.
sucks. Why'd you put these two against each other? This one's
Exactly
well, I mean,
for
they would have
this
ended up
reason.
being against each other in the next
Yeah.
round anyway.
Mhm.
Shoot.
But this
If
is
you're
like
listening on the audio podcast,
is
that's a purposeful pause.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I'll go French fries just to add a
Okay.
little more chaos.
All right,
in here.
Jacob,
All right.
Make Jacob work a little more.
what you got?
This is tough.
Yeah, that's
I feel
the
like
point.
they both give you versatility, but one is going to give you more versatility than the other.
Okay.
And I feel like burgers give you more versatility than French fries.
Okay.
All
So
right.
I will choose burgers.
Fair enough.
Oh,
I feel like I disagree with that though. Versatility in French fries, you can have chili cheese fries, you got animal stuff.
I've
sauce
spoken,
fries.
Lindsey.
let's
Yeah.
be
I've
honest.
spoken.
Jacob has spoken.
That's fine. I'm not
Fries-
saying,
the
but I'm
fries
just
aren't
saying
the
it didn't
star,
make
though.
sense.
That's fine. He's out a kneecap, but it's fine that he's spoken.
The fries aren't the star,
It's no
though,
big
in
deal.
that
He's
case.
got 10
The
fingers.
toppings.
All right, so wings and burgers.
Okay. I'm gonna go
Oh,
wings.
Yeah,
A
I'm going
classic
wings.
debate at a bar.
I don't even
Do
think
it.
this is close.
I'm going
I
wings.
think this
I'm
is
going
wings.
burgers because I hate getting my fingers messy.
Ooh,
I get my
Gerald.
fingers messy with
Yeah,
burgers.
either
Yeah,
way.
burgers are messy.
But I also have a
too.
shit ton of condiments usually, or a crap ton of condiments usually. So,
So what are you picking?
I don't know. I lost my train of thought.
it's just wings or burgers.
I'm gonna go wings on
There
this
we
one.
go, baby. Wings, the goat.
There you
Let's
go.
go.
And I think that's the right call. I
Yeah.
just don't particularly. I'm really weird about that.
That's so.
I
is
told
very
you it's
weird.
really
I
weird.
think burgers has a higher floor, but wings has a much higher ceiling. That's my thing. Like really good wings with like the right season. Oh man,
Oh yeah.
can't go
Plus,
wrong.
yeah.
like if you have really good ranch,
Yeah.
like, if your establishment has really good ranch, you will have my business.
Are we doing condiments next after?
It's
Oh,
the only
condiments will
answer is
make
ranch.
its return.
The only answer is ranch.
No,
So,
we're gonna fight.
We're gonna have so many fights on this show.
all right, what's next?
Our ne-
If Lindsay and I were a married couple, we would
We would have
fucking
been
throw
divorced
shit
after day
so
one.
many times. It would be like the left side of the fridge would be all Lindsay's, and it'd be all awful condiments and cheese.
You need
and my
you need two fridges. You
And
true.
what would be
yeah,
yours?
and my fridge would be out back in the far back of the yard in the sun. Is what it would be.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
cheesy region is our next region. No, these are
Oh,
not my
gross.
jokes.
Oh, this is awesome.
This is Saul's worst nightmare. The 1 seed is queso
Mhm.
Okay.
versus the 4 seed artichoke dip,
Okay.
Okay.
'Kay. 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 'Kay
and 3 seed
I have a legit
quesadilla.
question. Is artichoke dip even cheesy?
Yes, it's
I
very
didn't know
much
that either.
mozzarella, and there's multiple cheeses in an artichoke dip.
Thought it was
And
artichokes.
when you make it the right way,
Yeah, there are artichokes, but the saucy part of it.
it's
is
primarily a cheese base.
Hmm.
So
Interesting.
This one's tough because both of them are delicious. But I think I'm gonna go queso.
Same.
Yeah, I got to go queso on this one.
same.
This one should be a pretty easy one right here.
Okay, nachos and quesadillas. This one's hard because quesadillas are bomb.
They're
if
basically
I'm-
the same thing.
But if I'm going to a bar, I'm gonna get nachos. If I'm at home, I'm gonna make a quesadilla. So
Same.
I'm gonna go nacho.
Likewise, nachos.
Yeah, because I think bars have like the bomb nachos that just throw all kinds of stuff on
Yeah.
it. Like that's hard to beat.
yeah, and usually a bar can't make, or they usually don't make a good quesadilla. Like if this were foods in general and it was the best quesadilla versus the best nachos, I'd probably go with quesadilla. But nachos at a bar, definitely.
Mhm.
So we're down to queso and nachos, which
Nachos.
ironically is queso sometimes
Right.
on nachos. So-
It's nachos all day.
Yeah, I'm gonna go nachos.
I'm
You
gonna
don't
go
even
queso.
like cheese.
Yeah, but I do like. I
This is
do
What the
weird.
like.
hell,
I-
Saul? You don't even like cheese.
What the hell? Listen, a good queso dip, like especially like some that has like a little bit of chorizo in the middle, or some other stuff, like that's just hard to beat. Plus, you don't get your chips soggy because it's a dip, so you can just take your chips and dip it in the queso, and you get the crunch, you get the texture. So I'm gonna go queso because I don't like soggy nachos.
and I'm actually going to go with Saul because
Oh man.
I'm going to get the same thing I'm going to get from nachos with a good queso. But you're right. I'm going to have soggy chips. I get to choose how much of my cheese is on that chip. I'm going queso.
And you can dip other things into the queso.
Yeah,
This is
you
the-
can.
Yes.
This is the
So much
bracket
ver-
that Lindsay cares most about, and
It's more
she's
versus-
irate right now.
I wish you guys could see
She's
my
like, Saul,
face.
you don't even like cheese.
It's the 5-tool player.
That's not the way. That's not the way
cheese.
to get me onto your side. It's like, fuck you, Saul. You don't even like cheese. Like,
You
oh, okay.
don't.
Well, now I
Well, in that
naturally want to.
And like, I'm sorry, but y'all are going to some really crappy bars. If all of your nachos are soggy, then you're not
Yeah.
going to the right place. It's not my fault. You pick bad establishments to eat nachos at.
I love that we're arguing over, do I want chips with cheese on them or chips I dip into cheese?
No.
Nachos gets more than cheese.
Absolutely not. Nachos are not
You
just
could have
chips
meat.
and cheese.
You could have sour cream. You could have guac. You could have beans. You could have all kinds
You
of
should
stuff.
have all of it on it.
Yeah.
If your nachos are
I
chips
love
and
this.
cheese, then you're the problem.
You're
the
psycho.
problem.
You're the drama.
What's wrong with you if you have
Jacob, tiebreaker.
You better be careful. You only got one kneecap left, Jacob.
So I really disliked nachos until I worked at Topgolf. And they make
Okay.
bomb nachos at Topgolf, and that swayed me from queso to nachos. I will go with nachos.
Yes,
Thank you,
Jacob.
Topgolf.
Thank you. Someone with a sense of sanity in this room outside of Gerald
I think we boycott the rest of this song.
Don't worry.
I just
Don't
think-
worry. She's on
All right.
Team Gerald for now.
Let me
Wait.
just tell
it's
you
gonna
guys.
rear its ugly head. I promise you.
Let me put you on some really bomb nachos.
Okay.
La Piñata
Okay.
on 7th Ave in Missouri.
Okay.
Great.
Do they
nachos.
deliver? Because
They do.
we got
no,
a game tomorrow
They
night.
don't
Oh.
deliver, but what they do is so they have
Yeah,
a
they
chip
deliver, but they'll be
base.
soggy when they get here.
They have a
Yeah.
chip base, but if you order it to go, they put the chips on the side,
Ooh.
Oh.
so they don't get
Game
soggy.
changer.
And
Then
so,
they have,
so then
like-
what happens with the cheese?
Listen, hear me out, okay? I'm telling you. They kind of put everything, if you order to go, they kind of put everything in separate containers so you can build your nachos. And it's got really bomb cheese. And then they have 2 different types of chips within the nachos. So you've got like your traditional chips that have already been made. Then they have chips that they bake with cheese on it.
Okay.
And then you can get like carnitas on it. You can get chicken, whatever type of meat you want, guac, sour cream, pico, jalapenos, like the whole work. So good.
I think we
That
know where
sounds
we're going
great.
for a show
I
meeting.
mean-
I'm
tomorrow.
so hungry.
Literally yesterday, I said, Lindsay, let's have lunch. Tell me where you want to go. She goes, I can't think of anything. So we went to First Watch, and now she's telling me all about these nachos. I'm like, you've been holding out. This is bullshit.
The problem is you want to get lunch at 12 and I don't get really hungry until like 3. So my brain doesn't start thinking for food until then.
We're We're
Anyway.
Right
almost
up
at your hungry hour.
I
then.
know.
Where was that, Linz? La Piñata?
La piñata. Yeah.
Okay.
The-
Oh,
We're eating that
piñata.
tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah.
Random region is where we're headed next. This is just everything else that was left that you eat at a bar.
Okay.
So let's look at that. Number 1 seed is going to be those soft pretzels. You know the big bready pretzels that you get with the cheese dip.
Okay.
That's the 1 seed here. Peanuts. Peanuts
Oh
are
my God.
peanuts are a staple at a bar.
They are
you
bar
know,
food.
They're bar food. You know,
In the 1980s.
they still are.
When's the
Guacamole.
last time you went to a bar and saw peanuts?
Unless it was like not a fancy, but it was like one of
I was
those like
thinking more
character
seedy.
type
That you
bars where
drop
you
the
throw
shells
them
on.
on
Yeah.
the floor.
That you throw
I was like, what?
a fancy.
No, I mean
Like
like
Texas
fancy
Roadhouse
bar.
type deal.
Texas
Yeah.
Roadhouse is the only place I've ever seen peanuts.
Yes. Well, no, there used to be Teakwoods that did it. That was a bar
don't
that
know
I
what
went
Teakwoods
to all
and
the
there's
time.
places
There's a couple
in the
of
South
them. Yeah.
too that still do it, and on the East Coast,
So,
I feel like
It's the 4 seed. It's gonna lose. Don't worry about it. Guacamole is gonna be the 2 seed that we look at, and then cookies with ice cream. Some places call them a Pizookie. That's a specific brand, but we're not gonna
Oregano's. I love
cookie
oregano's. Pizookie.
ice cream.
Let's just move pretzels over because
Yeah.
there's no way that's peanuts. Is
And just to
Yeah.
be clear, soft pretzels. We're not
Yes.
talking about hard
No,
pretzels.
no, no.
No.
We're talking those.
well,
those
who
really
knows?
bready
Then maybe they
pretzels.
have that in the bar that Espo likes to go to,
Yeah.
along with the peanuts.
We're having peanuts when we get our bar just to piss you off. So
Really?
Even
You
if
have
I
a
have to
bowl full of
provide,
pe-
even if I have
would
to
love a bowl
provide
full
them,
of peanuts for you to
Even
have
if
to
I have
stick
to
your
provide
hands
them.
into and then share with the community.
even if it's guacamole in the next
Yeah.
one, by the way.
I love Pizookie, but it's guac.
I'm
I
Pizookie.
disagree. I'm
Pizookie.
cookie and ice
Oh,
cream.
wow, we have a-
here's the reason why, though. I love guacamole, but it is so easy to screw up guacamole
Yes.
for bars.
Yes.
Bars
Yeah.
have guacamole that feels like they dumped it out of a tub.
Then you
that
go
came
to
from
the
some
wrong
random
bars,
place.
Lindsay.
No, I am not, Espo. And I have very high standards for my guac, okay? And bar guac is garbage 90% of the time.
I don't know about
guac.
90%. That's high. I feel like most guac, you just put more salt in it and it's fine. But
I
Oh
like,
my
disagree.
God, Gerald! Wow.
Okay,
More
even,
salt?
Even
Yeah.
I think that's wrong.
no, like most guac is not salty
Jacob?
enough.
So I'm allergic to avocados, so this is an easy one
Oh,
for me.
God, that's a crap take.
Come on.
David, you're up.
Need someone
No
who
chance,
doesn't,
no chance, no.
doesn't
You
have a
asked
major
me.
allergen
I'm
affecting his
allergic,
vote.
don't know what it tastes like, so I gotta go with the Pizookie.
David-
There we go. Pizookies are in. Let's
And
go.
listen, just to be
Guacamole
clear-
losing in this round is
Just
trash.
to be clear,
I'm saying
guacamole,
that right now.
if I make it
No.
or if it's from a really good place, is bomb.
It's
And
way
it would
better
win
than
over
anything
for
in
sure,
this
but at a
region.
bar, guacamole from a bar is always trash.
It's
I'm
not
sorry.
always
You just got
trash.
UMBC, baby. Let's
That's
go.
terrible.
How
Guac losing this early is terrible.
how's La Pinata's guacamole? Is it good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll try that. Pretzels or cookie with ice cream? The one
Pretzels.
versus
Put your
the
hands
three.
together.
Pretzels.
Put your hand.
Oh man, that would be gnarly.
I'm Pizookie all the way. I hate soft pretzels.
What?
I said it.
My God, Saul hates cheese. How have we been
Salt
friends
hates
this
all
long?
nice things.
It's all cheese.
Soft pretzels.
Yeah, I'm going
Yeah, I
pretzels.
knew you guys
But
were
yet he
pretzels.
voted for queso in the last round. Like I
didn't have any other choice. It was queso
literally
or
makes
nachos.
no sense.
It was cheese or
Or
cheese on
cheese.
chips.
The whole thing was cheese. I lost every one.
At least on nachos, there's other things outside of cheese involved.
Man.
Now, I believe we're down to the final four.
Final
We
four.
are.
Let's go.
Final
Yeah.
four where we. Well,
I'm
hey, Jacob, I'm not going to give you any time because you voted against me 3 times in this. So I'm just kidding.
So, like, we didn't have like chips and salsa in there. Is that more of a just a Mexican restaurant
Yeah,
as
that's
opposed to a sports bar?
Yeah,
No, you get it at a sports bar
not a-
too.
I don't think it's a top 4 seed in any region.
I would have put it over like dessert cookies. Like, how often do you get a dessert cookie at a bar?
Pizookie.
Well, I don't drink, so if I go to a bar, I'm gonna get dessert because everyone's drinking, and I'm like, well, then I'll just take dessert. So for me, quite often.
You know what I mean,
don't you dare, Jacob. Why would you put wings pitted against fried
that's
pickles?
the way the
Oh,
bracket works.
This is trash.
They
That
funnel
was
in.
Espo's fault. You gotta be mad at
Fucking
Espo. Phoenix Suns 22 in the comments said Chipotle or Taco Bell.
What?
Depends. Am I drunk off my ass in college, or am I a
Are we at the
functioning
Taco Bell
adult?
cantina?
I will say Chipotle is a little
Worst idea
overrated.
ever.
I agree.
Chipotle is overrated.
Chipotle is, but Taco Bell is a very specific.
Don't talk
like-
shit about Taco Bell. Espo.
It's a very. Miss, I have high standards for my Mexican food and guacamole, but I will go to Taco Bell.
is not. No, listen. You cannot. Taco Bell is not a Mexican food restaurant.
It is in
okay?
America.
Taco Bell is fast food. It's different.
Do you not get a taco at Taco Bell?
It's not the same. You cannot say.
What's that thing you get with the tortilla?
You
Oh, yeah.
cannot
It's a
say.
fucking burrito.
Can't you get a
Taco
quesadilla
Bell is
at Taco Bell?
Taco Bell is.
Hold
bomb.
on, can we?
Oh,
I
man.
can't get past this. Lindsay is like, everybody has poor standards, and then she drops on us, Taco Bell is the bomb.
I mean, I like a chalupa.
Chipotle all
we all
the way.
have our
That's
guilty
called,
pleasures.
That's called
Exactly,
slumming
exactly.
it. All right.
We have our guilty
A
pleasures.
chalupa is
All right.
bomb.
Let's go to the final
Yeah, let's
four.
go.
here.
Let's move on.
Wings, the 1 seed versus the 4 seed fried pickles.
This is bullshit.
This is Saul's worst nightmare right
It is.
here.
I would have had either of these two over the bottom two, so this is going to be difficult. But I'm going to go wings.
I'll wait for you guys to go.
I just feel like it's the quintessential bar food.
I'm gonna go fried pickles
Oh man,
bullshit.
because I told you my problem with wings.
The man that fought
I'm
about,
with you, Espo. I'm gonna take fried pickles.
oh no,
What?
oh,
my
man.
God.
Saul, you
Oh
can
my
literally
God.
not judge anybody in this
Oh my
room for their
God.
food choices. I'm
Oh my
sorry, you're
God.
trash.
My food choices are elite,
They're
and I'm going
trash.
wings because fried pickles does not beat wings at any point in time. Sorry.
You know where the fried pickles are best? Taco Bell.
You know where fried pickles are actually the best?
Where?
Sebring, Michigan, at the Dairy Barn.
What? Let me go
you-
book a ticket.
Yeah,
Do they deliver?
I was hoping for more of a local recommendation.
I didn't say that they
Oh
were
my
easily
God.
accessible. I said the best fried pickles come
Hey,
from
guys.
Sebring, Michigan,
You know where
the
the
Dairy
best pizza
Barn.
is? It's in Chicago.
The best gelato ever had is in Florence, Italy. Fantastic.
I got wings. They got pickles. What you got, Jacob?
I got wings.
There we go. That's my guy.
I think it's a fair. That's a
I'm
fair
not mad
answer.
at
I
wings,
just
but I
Yeah.
love
Personal
fried
bias.
Fried
They're
pickles
so
are
good.
I love
great.
fried pickles too. I'm salty that both of these two were pitted against
I
each
kind
other.
of want
but it's
both
just
right
what it
now,
is.
but
I do too.
So now we've
hungry.
got the 1 seed soft pretzels versus the 2 seed
A
nachos.
1 seed pretzels and a 1 seed wings just does not look like they should be on the same page. But
Well,
okay.
yeah, that's why this is just sheer chaos and a friggin' mess all around.
I'm going nachos.
I'm gonna go nachos too.
I'm going soft pretzels.
I'm gonna go nachos.
That's
There we
fair.
go.
You can
Let's
just
move
put more
nachos
shit
over.
on nachos.
I feel like it's just at a bar. Like I would rather have nachos. Like if I'm at the mall and there's a Wetzel's Pretzels, I will absolutely get that. Or a game,
Mhm.
right? It's a lot easier. But at a bar, when you have a table, nachos is good. Yeah.
So this is my personal hell because these are 2 foods that do nothing but make your hands super fucking dirty. Like
Bar food is like that's what you do
that
at a
is
bar.
Literally bar
I
food,
hate
though.
it so much.
But you eat a fucking focaccia every single time we go to Zips.
Yeah, and I hate it. I get the honey mustard, but it tastes so
He
good.
does every fucking
He
time.
just
hate
made a
it.
bracket that he hates
and he never
inherently.
wipes his hands. He just walks out of the fucking bar.
That's
like-
not true. I
Oh,
wipe them on the
man.
back of your shirt every time we leave.
Oh man.
First of all, we know that's a lie because I hate being touched.
This is true. I'd be in a world of hurt if I did that.
It's wings all day long. Wings. Wings cannot possibly lose to nachos. I'm gonna have a Gerald moment. I swear.
Look, I'd imagine
wanna-
if you barbecued
I
the
wanna just
wings,
pick
I may
nachos
feel
for
differently.
that very thing.
I do.
Okay, Lindsay, what are you picking?
I don't know. I kind of want to see what you guys are
I'm
picking.
gonna sit back
Everybody's gonna
real
wait
quick.
and just.
I'll go nachos.
Of course.
Okay, so wings and nachos.
Oh man.
This is fun. Gerald, do you want to choose chaos
See, I'm
today
torn
or
because I
what?
want to see how Saul reacts,
I
but
do
I
too.
also have that integrity you keep talking about.
They're gonna do this just
Because the answer is wings for me, at least. The answer
at
is
least,
wings.
At least Gerald has acknowledged it on audio, so I
Yes.
don't care what happens.
Well, they literally shook hands behind to stab
We
me in the
did,
back
we
with the
did.
movie bracket in front of me. They're like, let's
we
do
made
this. And
agreements.
shook
Oh my
hands.
gosh. Why would they do that? You know what I mean?
That's why I'm irate.
It was.
But
But
I don't want
to.
to. I don't want
to get our own agendas
But see,
in.
if it was one of you two that was this adamant about it being wings, then maybe I would think about it. But Saul did nothing wrong. He was an
I was
innocent
innocent
bystander
in all this.
in that case.
In what case?
I was
In the case
purposely
of you two handshake dealing
Right.
my
yeah,
movies
yeah,
out of
yeah.
existence.
Lindsay, should we handshake deal to get nachos?
I'm going
just,
wings.
Just
I'm
to
going
make
wings.
Jacob have to be the one to decide this all.
I have gone wings, so it
I'll
is
do
officially
that, yeah.
you.
All right.
Oh man,
I'll do
Look at
nachos
that.
just to make Jacob be the final
go.
decider.
We chose
here.
violence.
I mean,
Another
it's wings.
handshake
There's
deal.
literally no other
There
answer
you
other
go,
than
Jacob.
wings.
Put it
Can
to
we
rest.
ask
It's
the
just stupid.
intern instead of
Put
Jacob?
it to rest.
Jacob, you
Shane
failed
wouldn't have
me.
let me down.
Jacob, you failed me on all levels today.
I'm not mad at wings. I love wings.
Wings
They're
winning is a
delicious.
sensible. We finally have a
only
bracket
doing
that had a
this-
sensible winner.
I was only doing this to
this
piss
went-
off Saul.
This went from like this thing where we're just like kind of talking about a bracket to something very evil and vindictive out of nowhere, and I don't understand where it started because I wasn't here at the origination of it. So,
Yeah, now you understand how this thing unfolds.
Gerald, you and I, we're right here.
Yeah, we're
I
on the
know.
same page.
I love that iconic Suns moments was the only thing that we did not rake each other over the coals on. Everything else we've done.
You know why? Because there's going to be people in the chat that feel salty at you
would
if you
ta-
pick something wrong.
It's very
Suns
personal.
related.
That's
But
true.
with his food or if it's movies,
We need to
everybody has
pick a
different-
doozy for Monday because that is the championship game in the actual tournament.
Why don't you just take all four? The four winners.
We could do the 4 winners
And
against each
debate
other.
who's the best.
Although I
That's-
did like you guys had the suggestion of just random things.
Yeah,
Just 16 random things in life
that are completely
that
unrelated.
are unrelated
Oh man.
that
It is
causes
fun.
complete chaos. That may be the way to really wrap this.
As long as they're things that people have strong opinions about, I'd be okay with a random.
Well, yeah,
things
that's why
bracket.
each person has to bring 4 things, basically.
4
in
random
there.
things?
Yeah, but things that you are very passionate about. Like for me, ranch dressing would be on that list, right?
Okay.
Are you sure?
All right.
That's what I'm saying. I think it would be fun.
There's 4 things I can't live without. So, all right,
Oh,
I'll bring
man.
them.
All right. 4 random things.
Just remember,
And random.
you asked for it.
I don't feel all right if you have your wife on the list as one of the 4 things you can't
yeah,
live
it
without.
can't be anything
I feel like
that.
I just feel like I
like
have
a
to
loved
pass
one.
Estelle through. I don't
I'm
think
like,
that's cool.
They voted you off. They said you were terrible. I don't know what happened, but here we are. Do with it what you will.
So I was gonna bring 4 people at the office as
Right.
4 things. Just he's like, oh, you want chaos? We've got
I'm
chaos.
like Brandon Spano, my wife.
Oh man.
Jesus.
I don't have the integrity for brackets like Gerald does. I like to watch the world
And
burn,
Lindsay's
so
cat.
bring it.
And Lindsay's cat.
Bring
there
it,
it is.
Espo.
Oh,
Those are my 4.
Oh.
Go ham.
Fashionable sneakers. Like,
Beanies.
Oh my god.
I'm just gonna make 4 things that Lindsay can't live without.
Monday's gonna be chaos.
Oh,
I
man.
can't wait.
That'll be really fun. I'm
It'll be the
excited
Lindsay
for
bracket.
this one.
Oh man.
All right. Final thoughts on the bracket. Are you guys happy with how it ended?
Very much so.
Look, wings. As much as I have my own personal vendetta against wings, it's the right thing in bar food to
I mean,
wind
you
up
could
winning.
get boneless wings and eat it with a fork.
Yeah, but then it's not the same. It's just
It's
a
not,
glob.
but
It's
I'm
just a
just-
glob of
just
chicken
picture-
meat.
It's like the
A
time.
glump.
It's
A
like the
glump
time.
of chicken
It's
meat.
like the time I was 12 years old and I ate fried chicken with a fork and a knife, and my aunt literally came across the room and slapped the absolute shit.
She
out of
Will
me.
Smith you over
oh my
chicken.
God.
Oh,
Oh
man.
yeah. She was like, "Don't you ever, ever, ever eat fried chicken with a fork and a knife." I was like, "Okay, all right." That was the last time I ever did that.
Lindsay, were you laughing at the comment?
I was.
Josh Hunt, one of our favorites. He said 4 things I can't live without is Jesus, world peace, orphans, and my grandma. Good luck voting those off the island.
That's a
I
good
mean, well,
one.
first of all, grandmas are always overrated. Number 2,
Well,
Oh man.
well, okay.
Wow.
So we all took our shots at each other during this bracket. The Suns are taking their shots on the court. You guys should take yours too.
hey,
Children 5 and older are eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine. The vaccine is the best tool we have to reduce the chances of getting sick with COVID-19. It can also reduce the risk of being hospitalized or dying from the disease. Safe, free, and highly effective
Not the
COVID-19
time.
vaccines are available throughout Arizona. Visit azhealth.gov/findvaccine for a location near you.
Hey,
I swear, it's like we literally cannot take anything seriously in this room, and I'm not even that mad at it. It's just I feel like we have to
She's
recognize
reading
the
about
fact that
vaccine
that's a
and
thing.
Saul's giving the cam sexy eyebrows.
how did we not do our top 16 vaccines of all time? Oh, God. Polio. I feel strongly on that one.
Measles.
Oh.
Too. Let's go.
Oh my god.
Okay, with that, I think we're gonna say goodbye. Thank
tetanus is,
you for tuning
overrated.
in. We appreciate you very much for dealing with our shenanigans more often than not. You can follow the show on Twitter at PHNX_Sons. You can follow me at Lindsey Smith AZ. You can follow Saul at Saul_Bookman. You can follow Gerald at Gerald Bourget. And of course, you can follow Espo at Espo. Espo, get us out of here.
Just remember, some men like to watch the world burn, and I feel like each and every one of us have a little part of that man inside us right now. Oh, my God.